What's going on? Nick Lober here from virtualassistant.com. And this afternoon, I'm joined by Danny Nappi from TaskBullet.com. Danny, what's going on, man?
Hi, how you doing?
Doing very well. We want to dive into this this company that you guys have built from from scratch just a few years ago to now one of the top players in the industry when it comes to kind of VAs in the Philippines. So, like, maybe we start off at the very top. Like, what's the high level overview of what the company is and does, and what separates you guys from the competition?
So we TaskBullet.com. The thing that kind of separates us from the other virtual assistant companies out there is we have the bucket system, which allows the customer to kind of have a flexible setup. We don't have monthly payments. We don't have contracts, anything like that. You purchase a bucket of hours, and those hours are good for 3 months. And the nice thing is when the VA starts working, they're just pulling from those hours that you purchased. And when they stop working on your task, they log out. So there's no downtime. There's no wasted time. You get the time that they're working applied directly to the time that that you bought in the bucket. And so this kind of a different model than most of them have. And we found that it's really flexible and really efficient use of time for our customers.
Okay. So I don't have to worry about an ongoing subscription if I don't necessarily have ongoing work. And I don't have to stress about, like, oh my gosh, I'm paying this guy for 40 hours. I gotta I gotta come up with some stuff to send over. So I've been on both sides of that kind of customer pain point. Do you find that customers, because of that model, are primarily turning to you for like short-term projects, or do you find people who you've worked with for years and years?
We've got all over the spectrum. We have clients that have been with us for 2.5 years that use us on a full-time 8-hour basis. And so every month they're, re-upping and buying their hours they need for that month, and pretty much on a full-time level. Some people come in, they do their project, and they leave, which is fine. They generally come back when they have another big project that they want to work on. And so it's kind of nice flexibility for them. So it's really all over the map. We have some full-time, dedicated. We use our own VAs for a couple of other businesses as well, and they're working full-time for us. And it's a really nice way to kind of offload some of those mundane tasks that you have in running a business, and allows you to focus more on the big picture and get some of those kind of work on your business type things done.
Yeah. What's the client relationship look like? So if I come and I sign up and say, hey, these are the tasks that I have in mind, are you going to assign me somebody based on what I told you, or like, am I interviewing them, or is it like first available, or do I have access to this whole team? Like, how does that work from the client relationship side?
Yeah, so when you first sign up, you're given a project manager who kind of manages your projects. And that's who kind of oversees the virtual assistant that is assigned to you. And based on what your needs are and the tasks that you've given us, we pull a VA that has experience in those tasks, and then we assign them to you. It's still very flexible. If you're not happy with that VA, or if you wanted a female, or if you wanted a male, or whatever it is, we can change out that VA as many times as you need until we find one that fits your specific desires and needs and things like that. And so then you can work with the VA and the project manager if there's ever any problems, and kind of go back and forth until you just get the perfect fit that you want, and go from there. So we're really flexible. It depends on who is available, but it's who's available with those certain criteria and skills that you're in need of is who will assign it. If we can't find somebody, if we don't have somebody right away, we'll go out and headhunt somebody and bring them into the company for your specific needs, and take care of you that way.
Okay. Can I request somebody working U.S. business hours, or is it going to be kind of night shift, and we got to try and figure out what the overlap is going to be, or communication is going to be?
Yeah, so our project managers, we have them divided out into time zones. We have the East Coast and Central time zones. We have Mountain time zone and Pacific time zone. And then we've also got one that's kind of the Greenwich Mean Time for Australia and the European and Asian clients. And so you'll always have a project manager who's up and available during your project, during your business hours. And then most of the VAs actually work U.S. business hours as well. That's kind of the thing over there in the Philippines. They understand that if you're a virtual assistant, you're going to be working at night, so you can be up during our business hours. And so most of the time you're dealing with that, right, it's kind of become their culture there is to work at night and sleep in the day, but they're happy to do it because they have a job and they love it. It's been great for their economy.
Absolutely. I was going to ask, I know you've got a bunch of people on your team, but if there were any common themes or tasks you find yourself doing over and over again, like any areas of a specialization in terms of what kind of work or what type of clients you guys have a great fit with?
Yeah, we've got kind of all over the map. I would say the things that we get requested mostly, we do a lot of social media marketing. We do a lot of data entry, internet research. We have a lot of real estate agents that use our VAs. Client onboarding, we use them a lot for client onboarding, processing invoices, doing QuickBooks. I mean, I know I gave a real long list there, but it's pretty much all over the place that we get requests for, and we haven't really come across anything yet. The things that we don't really do well is like anything real creative. So if you want a website designed and built, that's a little out of our business model. If you want something designed for, posters and kind of any of that design work where they need to be more creative and a little bit higher level, we don't really handle much of that. But anything else, data entry and client onboarding, kind of things I mentioned, that's really what we specialize in.
Okay. Do you have anybody doing like call center operations, like inbound, outbound calls or customer service or that type of thing?
Yeah, we do have some inbound and outbound calling. It's not, I wouldn't say it's our specialization, mainly because we have a lot of our VAs working from home. We would be able to provide a much better system for that if we had home-based, or I mean not home-based, but actually in a center where we could control all the aspects of inbound and outbound calling. But having said that, we have a lot of clients who use us for their inbound customer service, outbound scheduling, and things like that, and they're perfectly happy with the system. I mean, the prices are much more competitive with us if you're looking to do outbound calls or inbound calling as opposed to going into a center. So it's kind of, you get what you pay for, but a lot of our clients love us for that. So we'll do it anytime. We're happy to.
All right, fair enough. That was kind of my next question. Like, what's the working environment look like? So it sounds like many of the team are home-based.
Yeah, most of the team is home-based. That's how we're able to keep our prices down. And it works pretty well for now. We haven't really had a problem. A few clients have come through that, like with a calling, needed something on a higher level with, bandwidth or controlling the outside noise and things like that you really can't control in a house setting. And so that's not really our bread and butter and who we really focus on. So yeah, but working at home provides a lot of advantages because they're able to be awake and available during more hours of the day, and they're able to work from home, be really efficient, and it keeps the cost down. So we really like that model, and it works well for the clients that we service.
Well, I've been working from home for years, and I wouldn't go any other way. So I can I can attest to that as well. So you mentioned kind of the technical stuff, like coding a website, the creative stuff like graphic design. Any other areas where it's just like, hey, don't call us, this isn't a good fit?
It's mostly the creative stuff that we don't really offer. Anything that requires a little bit more higher skills, they don't really fit into our pay structure and our business model. I can't think necessarily of anything offhand. It's mostly the design side stuff, and then coding a website. We can do, some WordPress manipulation with the code, some simple stuff, moving things and changing headers and changing out, some of the basic stuff. But if you want a website from the ground up, designed and integrated and all that, it's really not what we do.
Sure.
So it doesn't really fall into our business model and pricing.
No worries at all. Well, Danny, thank you so much for joining me. Everyone, it's taskbullet.com. You check out some honest user reviews of TaskBullet on virtualassistant.com. And check out below this video for any special offers they might have running at this time. Danny, thank you so much for joining me. Before we wrap, anything else we should know?
No, I think we covered it. I appreciate you having us out. This has been great.
Awesome. Thanks so much. And we'll catch up with you soon.
Okay. Thanks, Nick.